What is up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Jessie, and today I'm coming at you with my March TBR. I always feel like I have to start with a disclaimer, but for some reason in the month of February, I just wasn't motivated to read in a creative sense as far as my channel, so that will be changing for the month of March. But thank you so much for supporting this channel and me, and I will be happy to go over all the books I will be reading for the month of March. First and foremost, let's talk about the book club pick Sleep When I'm Dead book club. If you didn't know, I have a monthly book discussion here on my channel, and I invite another creator to come and buddy read and talk about a book that we both decide on. I try to keep my books a backlist thriller, so this month I will be having Jordyn from Sorry Book Solid here on my channel on the 24th at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm very excited to read the book that she picked. I feel like this author that she picked is something that I don't typically gravitate towards, but I know a lot of people love his work, so I'm very much excited to read this one. We will be reading The Good Samaritan by John Mars. Thank you so much, Jordyn, for picking this one. But this one is a backlist thriller, and from what I can tell, it says the people who call end of the line need hope. They need reassurance that life is worth living. But for some unlucky enough to get through to Laura, Laura doesn't want them to hope. She wants them to die. Sounds, I don't know. I don't want to read too much into it, but from what I gathered, it sounds like this lady that works at a call center type of thing to help people who need someone to talk to and things like that. It sounds like she has very bad motives about that. So that's all I know, and that's all I want to know until I pick it up. I hope you guys will join us here on my channel again, March 24th, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with Jordyn. Next, let's talk about the book of the month books I would like to read this month. So for the month of March, I'm not 100% sure which one is the add-on and which one is one of the picks. The first one that I would like to pick up is The Book of Cold Cases by Simone St. James. I'm very much excited to read this one because I feel like it's actually, I don't know, it just sounds more intriguing than her other two books I've read. Her other two books I've read 3 or 4 stars, but I'm looking for something a little bit more, and I don't 100% remember what the synopsis is about, but I have heard that it has podcast elements, and I think it has to do with someone on a podcast possibly going missing or searching for someone that's went missing. So yeah, I'm very much excited to read this one. I also have The Paris Apartment by Lucy Foley or Foley. I'm not 100% sure how you properly say her last name. I am a little weary going into this one. I remember specifically seeing the cover, reading the synopsis, but I think I must have clicked on something else because when I went to go back and reread the synopsis, it did not sound like what I originally thought. Lucy Foley has written The Guest List and then The Hunting Party, which I haven't read, but The Guest List was not something I actually liked, but this one sounds really interesting, and I'm really excited to pick it up. I guess we'll just go ahead and pick up the other library books that I have. So I'm nervous to read this one because I know there's this huge fan base based on Karen Slaughter, and I will admit the 2 books I've read, which is The Good Daughter, I rated 4 stars, and Pretty Girls I rated 5 stars, but I don't know, I just feel like I don't really get why people love her books. But I have heard really good things about False Witness, so I'm really excited to read this one. I didn't really pick it up to figure out exactly, or no, I did pick it up and read it at the library. Sounds like this girl has worked really hard to be this defense attorney and has this perfect life, but someone knows something about her childhood and is coming back to basically ruin it, I guess. I don't know. It's a kind of a chunkier book too. We're talking almost 400, yeah, way over 400 pages. So I'm excited to give this one a shot. Hopefully I love it. Hopefully I'll get why people are obsessed with Karen Slaughter. I don't know, but wish me luck. Also, I wanted to pick this one up last month with book of the month, but I ended up skipping. So I found it at the library, so I was like, I'll just go ahead and pick it up. But it is The Love Hypothesis by Ali Hazelwood. I'm really excited to read this one because a lot of people have been raving about it, saying it's one of the best new romance thrillers. I'm really excited to read this because it's getting a lot of buzz, and it kind of gives me The Hating Game / the Unhoneymooner vibes from what I've been gathering. But it's about 2 scientists, and they fake date, but also I think they I don't know. I'm not like a huge fan of fake dating, but like I feel like this one could definitely be the one. And I feel like I haven't heard one bad thing about the love hypothesis. So I'm excited to read this. Hopefully it doesn't have too much like scientific talk. All right, I have like 4 more books to go through. This is a backlist book of the month pick, but this is Everything We Didn't Say. I wanted to pick this one up because I want to tackle more of my unread book of the month picks, and this one just seems really cool. And honestly, as an inside joke with people at my work, the main character's name is Juniper, says it on the first one, and there's this whole like inside joke about the name Juniper, which I think is a beautiful name, but other people don't. So not really sure exactly what this one is about. It's kind of vague. One night changed everything. Juniper Baker was 19 when her world was torn apart as fireworks lit up the summer sky. Her neighbor was brutally murdered right outside her barn, and to Juniper's horror, her youngest brother became the prime suspect. In an instant, everything she loved fell away. She escaped and pledged to never return. So I'm assuming she's going back because something's happened. So this just sounds really good. Hopefully it's a good one. All right, I have a few paperbacks to go through. I saw Beth mention The Good Life by A.R. Torre. This was a birthday, I believe it was my birthday, that someone gifted this one to me, so thank you so much. But I've heard good things about this one, and I wanted to pick it up, and it seems like a super short read. It says the secrets between them are only getting darker. Sounds like there's a psychiatrist who's an expert on killers. That's like the very first sentence I see on the back of the book. So that's all I really want to know. Hopefully it's a good one, but I've heard this is a really good one. Thanks to Beth. So next I have a new Chevy Stevens. I know I took like a break from my Chevy Stevens books, but I think it's because the last one I read, I was like not a fan of it at all. But I have Always Watching by Chevy Stevens. I thought the cover was beautiful. It kind of has like cult vibes to it too as well. But yeah, it sounds like the psychiatrist who's in like a few other books. Dr. Nadine is in her element. She has the tools to help people, but she has the desire. Healing broken families is what she lives for. But Nadine doesn't want to look too closely at her own past because there are whole chunks of her life that are black holes. It takes all of her willpower to tamp down her recurrent claustrophobia, and her daughter Lisa is a runaway who has been on the streets for 7 years. When a distraught woman, Heather Simone, is brought to the psychiatric intensive care unit after a suicide attempt, Nadine gently coaxes her story out to her and learns some troubling parallels of her own life. Digging deeper, Nadine is forced to confront her traumatic childhood and the damage that became... Oh. Interesting. Okay, so maybe it doesn't have cult vibes. I don't know why I thought that, but sounds really interesting. Hopefully it's a good one. And lastly, I believe last month I finished 2 books by this author, and she's just amazing. Like, I highly recommend you pick out Kirsten Moglen's books, but definitely The Arrangement. I read the sequel, The Amendment, and I read The Reunion, so I want to keep on reading her backlist. But I have The Missing, which I read Reckless Girls last month, and I liked it, but not too much. But I feel like this one's kind of going to give me like the same like island vibes. It says, when 5 strangers are abandoned on an island without any idea where they are or whom they trust, their nightmarish new reality begins to unfold. So this just sounds really good. It's still winter, it's still cold here, so I want a little getaway, so hopefully that one will deliver. Okay guys, those are all the books I want to read for the month of March. Hopefully these will have some 5-star ratings because I have been lacking in the 5-star department. So anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you subscribe and give this video a thumbs up. It really does support this channel and me, and I hope to see you guys all in the next one. Bye!